Hi friends! So today I'm going to show you a couple products that my friend Gina introduced me to that I really love from Norwex. Gina started selling Norwex products in the fall and I hosted a party for her because obviously I wanted to support my friend. Well, I didn't expect to fall in love with the products as much as I did because truthfully I only cleaned using baking soda and vinegar, and I figured what else did you need? Other than a couple of spots in the kitchen and bathroom, my whole house is chemical free. So I really didn't think I had that far to go. But I actually ended up loving a lot of the products, and two I'm going to show you today because they're really inexpensive. So if you're kind of skeptical about it, these are two great products to try out to decide, is this something that's for you? The first is the dishcloth. And the dishcloth looks like this. You can see it's a white mesh fabric and you can see through it, which is great because that means that you can easily clean it and you can get rid of food particles that are stuck in there. The other great thing about it, because it's so lightweight and because it's mostly just mesh, it dries really easily, it never starts to smell, and you don't have to deal with stinky sponges full of bacteria. All you do is use soap and dish soap with this, clean your dishes, rinse it, make sure it's clean, and then let it dry. Now I'm going to demonstrate for you how I love to use it most, which is on my dirty pans that have eggs. You'll see that the thing that I'm going to use is this very dirty rag, this cloth, because I've used it so often. I also had cut it in half. Sometimes I found that if you cut it in half, you can actually get more for your money. So now you're talking $10 for two cloths, which is really cool. You can actually use these on more than just dishes, and mine are dirty because I use them on my floors, I use them on my tables and other surfaces to get really hard on stuck stuff off, and Sean's even used these on the top of our stove where all those, what are they called, Sean? What are those called?
Iron grills.
The grills. So he's cleaned all of those with them. So that's why they're really dirty. But they just get stuff off so well. So if you cut it in half, you can use it for more than one different thing. And you can save one just for your dishes, and you can use something else for around the house. I've actually been told as well that these get bugs off of cars really well. So you might even keep one around just for doing that if you're into cleaning your own car. So the other thing I want to show you is how I actually use this now to get dried off egg. The pan that I'm using, I actually have soaked in water and left for a couple of hours just so it's not as hard. And what I do is just use this cloth like I would any other cloth. And you can see how the egg is just coming right off of that. Now prior to having this dishcloth, this was the worst job in the entire house, because Sean hated when I cooked eggs because he knew that we were going to have to scrub a disgusting pan. And our regular sponges and scrub brushes just really didn't seem to do it. So I'm just lightly scrubbing around the pan to get off the mess. And after I do this for a minute or so, again, lightly scrubbing, just kind of see, you can see how much has already come off. And then I just finish the job by continuing to apply just a little bit of pressure. Like, you wouldn't even believe how little pressure I'm applying and how much it's cleaning. And this is stainless steel too. It's not a non-stick pan that are meant to have things kind of get cleaned off of them really easily. I only use stainless steel, so when I cook eggs, I'm kind of out of luck. I try to use a lot of butter, which is really delicious, or oil, so that I can get a surface that's easier to clean, but it never ends up working, as Sean will tell you. You can see again, a little bit of rinse there, and now I just get all the last bits, and it's basically completely clean. It's amazing, Sean, isn't it?
So amazing.
This is actually the product that made Sean a Norwex believer because he hated cleaning these pans so much. So look at that. Basically got everything off of it, a few little bits here and there, but they just come off super easy. The next product I'm going to show you is the all-purpose kitchen cloth. And this is another one that I can't stop talking about. It's just a tiny little microfiber cloth. The great thing about this is Norwex microfiber is really dense. Dina was telling me that to qualify as microfiber, you have to have something, the fabric that makes it up has to be 1/6 the size of a human hair. And Norwex's microfiber is actually 1/200th the size of a human hair. So it's much more dense and it picks up that much more dirt. Now, because this is kind of like a waffle weave too, Sean can kind of get in there, you can see that it has a texture to it, and that allows it to be a degreaser. Now, I love this so much because the thing I hated the most in my kitchen is cleaning my appliances my stove, my oven, my microwave, and all my cabinets because they get greasy. And that grease is like dried oil and it's gross and disgusting and it's super hard to come off. Now this cloth right here, I just kind of wet to get it damp and then I wrung it out. This has allowed me to get rid of some of the, I know I told you that I only use like baking soda and vinegar except in a couple places, and the stove was one of those places because I would basically have stainless steel wipes, a stainless steel cleaner, and a degreasing spray that would help me with those things. And now I can get rid of all of those chemicals. I can use just this fiber cloth, this microfiber cloth, and damp water, and it's damp with water. Now, if you look over here, we're trying to make sure that we left some gross, disgusting spots to really show you how it can clean. Good job, Sean. So if you look here, all I do is wipe it away. It literally just comes off completely. Same with over here. It completely degreases and cleans everything. Up here, I'll tackle the microwave. Same thing. Our microwave has no handle, such as life. But it literally just takes off grease and oil and grossness. And my cabinets aren't that dirty because anytime I think that they're dirty, I just grab the cloth and I just clean it. But you can see some of the like dust that's accumulated.
Don't do this one.
Can you see that, Sean? Can you see how I'm cleaning that? Is that just so amazing? Look over here. See how there's all this other dust? I literally just run the cloth across it and it picks it up and cleans it all and just degreases everything. So those are two of my favorite products. It doesn't even take off the paint. It's amazing. And then what you do when you're done is you just kind of rinse it with dish soap, get it in there, rinsey, 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 and then you hang it up to dry. And then every now and then, when you've had a tougher job, you can put both of these things in the washing machine and just wash them. And it's that easy. I just last weekend cleaned my entire refrigerator with this one cloth. And it actually cleaned the top of the cloth, the top of the refrigerator really easily. So thank you for listening.